Hi. Yeah, nice to see you here. Thank you so much. Just a quick question. Raise your hand if you are a developer or, okay, great. So fairly technical audience. Or raise your hand if you're just kind of new to blockchain and you want to understand how things work. That's great, yeah. So my name's Max. I'm the head of ecosystem for NodeKit, which I'll tell you about today. This is going to give you a high-level overview of what NodeKit is, what we do, and then dive a little bit into the technicals of how everything was built and put together. So at its core, NodeKit unifies rollups at the block production level. And so what that means is that we allow different L2s, this is ETHCC, so the talk of the town is the different layer 2s or rollups that are here. We allow them to function as a single composable network. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, again, I'm Max. I'm the head of ecosystem and strategy at NodeKit. The problem that we're trying to solve here is that we want to make ETH composable again. When rollups started, they were built for scale, but they caused these different layer 2s to be fragmented and all the liquidity within ETH that they were trying to scale to become fragmented. So composability is the ability to seamlessly communicate across chains. As blockchains began as composable systems, they scaled for user growth, but composability was lost. So in the previous example, we have the original Ethereum L1. It's monolithic. It's composable, but it doesn't scale. With rollups, these are all scalable, but they don't compose. So our solution is we leverage Avalanche technology. We combine it with Ethereum for NodeKit. And we make all L2s function like they're a single L1. Interesting. Sorry, one second, guys. So, by using NodeKit, rollups can restore the synchronous composability that they lost. This improves the ease of use for rollup users and developers. We're the only protocol to provide synchronous composability, which we define as atomic inclusion and atomic execution. And when I talk to rollups, I explain to them that when you use NodeKit, your sequencer or your rollup will actually become more profitable. It will allow synchronous communication, and it will also stay modular. So the way that it's built is there's three components. Seek, which is an Avalanche L1, built for sequencing, and it guarantees that transactions will be included in a block. Then there's Javelin, which is the world's first cross-domain superbuilder, and it guarantees that both transactions will be executed. And we define synchronous cross-chain composability as the combination of atomic inclusion and atomic execution. So let's give a practical example. We have Polygon CDK. They recently announced that TON is going to build its own Polygon L2 on their CDK. So that's great. We're bringing blockchain to Telegram masses. They're going to have their own L2. But what if you're a user and you want to send a message or send some data or send some money from Polygon CDK's TON blockchain to something on OP Stack, like Coinbase's rollup? Currently, you can't do that, at least not efficiently and not in a one-block message. So rollups have their own centralized sequencers. The liquidity in dApps are fragmented, and the cross-chain transactions value is leaked to bridges. So that means that bridges actually capture the majority of the value when users send messages across chains. With NodeKit, we decouple sequencing and settlement, and we still provide that decentralization. So the liquidity is unified, and the dApps are composable. So essentially what that means is that all these different rollups that are fragmented and siloed will now work as if they're a single L1. So we're restoring that composability back to Ethereum. Even better, the rollups earn revenue that was previously leaked to the bridges. So the bridges are capturing, let's say, $3 million a month in value. Now that profit that could be generated towards the rollups is restored. Sorry, just wait for this to load. So this unlocks a ton of different use cases. At its core, single block bridging is the initial use case. An example here is you have a user. It burns 1 ETH on rollup 1 and mints 1 ETH on rollup 2. Now all of a sudden you're able to do that transaction in a single block swap. But there are some additional use cases that can be generated as well, including cross rollup intents, fast pass for proof aggregation. We actually just did this with the Polygon ag layer. We provide synchronous composability and a fast path for their proof aggregation, DEX aggregation, lending, yield aggregation, cross-chain margin, and oracles. This is what gets rollups particularly excited because at the end of the day, they're a for-profit company, right? Rollups currently generate money by processing transactions to the sequencer, and then they pay that fee to the L1. So they're actually not capturing the value of cross-chain messages. With rollups on NodeKit, the rollups flow is ordered to seek, and then by joining the composability layer, rollups can access liquidity, and they are able to synchronously compose across rollups. Those cross-chain messages are actually profit shared with the rollups themselves, and then it is also posted to the L1. So at the end of the day, rollups that use NodeKit won't lose out on sequencing fees, and they will earn additional revenue from cross-rollup transactions. This gets into a little bit more of the technicals of atomic bundle flows. When you have a user initiating an atomic cross-rollup bundle, they interact with both rollup 1 and rollup 2. Then we have Javelin, which is our super builder. That builds the blocks that includes the bundle. Baton selects the highest paying block and provides security and verifies validity of the bundle. And finally, Seek guarantees finality. So rollups also receive a pre-confirmation from Seek and receive hard finality from the DA layer. The Seek block itself works through having a top of block chunk and rest of block chunk. So there are multiple Javelin instances, that's our super builder, and they bid on the ability to build the top of block with one winning. And then after that bidding is done, the top of block rights are allocated and the rest of block auction begins. Javelin builders can bid on multiple individual rollup chunks and build as many blocks as they won the rights to. So at the end of the day, our goal here is to solve fragmentation. Hopefully with NodeKit, there will be no more fragmentation, and as always, we love you. Thank you.